guys, so I'm working on a bit of a how to create different strains of Nip Nip. Now, if this sounds interesting, we're going to go ahead and head on into an example of this. I do have a base where I have already done this. However, since I am already going to be growing gamma weed here, I figured I might as well crossbreed it into some new strain of Nip Nip. But for now, the strain I'm going to be showing you is going to be called Silver Surfer. It is a sativa strain of Nip Nip. So without further ado, I gotta find the base real quickly. Alrighty guys, so like I said, this is a underwater research and development center for the Nip Nips. So what we're going to be doing here, and it is under construction. I was just working on this base here when I decided to convert the other base because it's above ground and easier to work with, but I digress. Silver Surfer, ladies and gentlemen, this here is our current new sativa strain of Nip Nip. This is just the baby plant. I cannot wait to see this strain grow up. We will get shots of all of the strains we create in this video at the end of the video. But now I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own crossbreed strains of Nip Nip bud, and we're going to be turning a couple of the biodomes on my Point Atlas base. You can do biodomes or hydroponic trays if you're wanting a smaller sort of design. However, you will need to note you're going to have to be placing another base about 400 units away from your current base. That's about the limit to where it'll allow you to make a new base. We are going to be doing what is basically creating two bases and then placing the same object in the same spot twice, which will allow us to create these biodomes, which we either could fill up with, say, 2 of the 32 ones that are the double biodomes. We can make 2 of those. That would make 64. Or you can do something like this, which is what we are going to be doing today, where we are going to be making ourselves some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful crossbred Nip Nip bud strains. So, alrighty guys, so we are about 940 units away from our previous base. Let's see if this works. Okay, so we have to be at least exactly 1,000. We really do have to be away from the other base. I was able to get this to work underwater closer, but I do believe I just had moved my base computers after doing this. So that is what we are going to be doing. So 1,000, here we go. Let's try it again. Let's see if this works. Searching cartography, no prior claims, claim base. Base is now claimed. Now it's time to start moving this computer towards the other base. Due to the fact that we can continue to move our base computer, it will allow us to place this base extremely close to our other base, allowing for us to be able to create our very own Nip Nip strains. So let's go as far as we can and just keep on moving this thing until we get right back over there. Like I said, it's pretty simple. You could use this for other sorts of glitch builds where you're building with multiple items and things like that. There is a plethora of uses for this moving your base computer, and this is with an existing base, so we're gonna have to go far enough back that it won't say with an existing base. That is the only thing here. Alrighty, and it looks like right here is going to be our current point, and then we're going to keep moving it after we place it the first time and keep going. You can keep going back to the within existing base range area. You just got to keep placing it and grabbing it and placing it and grabbing it as I am doing. I'm not sure if there's ever going to be a true limit here, but it should allow us to move with it at least within range of the current base this is being set to occupy. So that is exactly how we are going to get this all the way over there. So I'll be back when we get this to where we want it, but yeah, this is what you're gonna have to do. Alrighty guys, and we were actually able to get it right outside of our base inside this triangle shaped hole here. This is now where we will begin our next part of this. So as you can see here, it says robust, whatever that is, colony there. When we select anything to build with, this will be allowing us to actually go through and place a second nip plant. So we actually just need to be within building menu of this. So we're going to go ahead and open this building menu, and as you can see, it says robust Lona colony. So perfect. This is exactly what we wanted. And we are also going to have to be creating what is either going to be the biodomes themselves or just the nip. We're going to see if, since it's so close, maybe it will allow us just to place our nip without any problems. But that is very, very unlikely, and I'm not even seeing it again. Hey guys, so we are finally to a point to where we can actually do anything. So first things first, we are going to be creating what is going to be, first things first, actually I think since this one's so, yeah, there's just no good way of doing it, is there? So no good way of doing it, we're going to do right there, and then we're going to take the biodome, and real quickly, just so you can see what's going on here, hopefully we don't go into the other base there, we're going to be setting this biodome directly inside of this biodome. This will allow us to now have what is going to be 2 plants in one spot there. We are also going to have to, of course, be doubling up on these, which we're going to turn like that. And then we're going to take this and we're going to turn it like this. I'm actually only going to be doing one of these today, only being because this is a lot of work. One that we got it to work on was actually this biodome, funny enough. So we are going to be adding nip to both of these 2 bottom ones. We're also going to, I suppose that means that we're going to have to be adding as well. And the best way to do this bottom one down here is actually going to be, well, not exactly, but that'll work right there, as long as it's connected in some form of fashion. Yeah, okay, that's still connected. So that'll work right there. We're also just going to go ahead and get our nip in there first, and then we'll be adding some stuff to it. So let's get the nip down in here. Both of these are going to need stuff added from the previous base. But since, and the other one's actually going to need what is going to be another biodome. But without further ado, here we go. Let's get all this nip planted. And then we have this biodome, which we need to make sure everything's full of nip bud the first time, because we don't want to have to go back through planning any of this. Oh, and it's editing this as point atlas, so this is going to get even more funky in just a second, guys. So this actually turned us into point atlas, so what we're going to use now is actually going to be, we can do 2 of these actually. So it was actually going to be right here. So we're going to do 2 fungal clusters, so that is a different strain of nip, and we're going to do right here, which is going to be another different strain of nip. So adding more. The only thing about this is while I do appreciate the extra plants here, this originally wasn't part of my idea for this base. However, I'm happy I did it in the end. It did work out pretty coolly, if you ask me. This is going to be one of the many research and development additions I am going to be doing onto this one. And then we're going to go ahead and create what I like to call a Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer is going to need to be created on the other base though. So the other base computer is somewhere really nearby. So what we're going to do is this, edit, delete. Okay, now we're in the right base again. That's all you have to do is just pick the base up real quickly. It'll switch you right back into the right base. Hold up. So we're going to go boop, boop, place it down, and we're going to go back, and we're now going to choose Gravitino host. There we go. Now we are editing the proper base. That was getting concerning. But we are looking for this one right here. as you can see, and we actually, like I said, need to be adding another biodome here. So my best trick here for adding a biodome inside of a biodome is going to be just attaching it to this corridor that we just placed here. Now the next thing I'm going to do real quickly here is, and see, this is where power gets annoying too, so we're gonna have to make sure both of these are receiving power once we're done with this. But for now, we're gonna get the Gravitino host out, and we're gonna start planting some Silver Surfer. Once again, I will be getting some shots of all of these new strains that we have created here today. The other strains are unnamed, unknown new strains that are just kind of chilling in the biodomes. We will visit on this idea again in the future. I will do a full video showing you all the different strains I have come up with in the game. But this is Silver Surfer, as you can see, in its young form. But yeah, and then we could also technically begin some Silver Surfer here. I could, but I don't really want to. So we could get Silver Surfer out of that. We could go ahead and start on some, what else is there? Venom Urchin. That sounds fun. That sounds super fun. So let's place some of these down. This entire thing is actually going to end up being an R&D center for my Nip Nip. That's what I have decided. We're going to be growing all sorts of crazy different plant combinations just to see what the craziest looking Nip Nip is that we can come up with. I will be needing to fix this ladder issue that it does appear we are having. I'm thinking the easiest solution here is going to be just taking a deep water chamber here, smacking it in here, though this is going to be creating another nightmare entirely. Sticking a ladder in the center of it now, and then, oh wow, yeah, but that's okay because it'll still connect there. And then we're gonna do what's going to be this. This is going to allow it to tunnel, and hopefully it doesn't make it where every single one of them has to be replaced now. That'd be ridiculousness. There we go, but we should just be able to stick a door on this. Alright, unlike other bases have been like. So, let's go ahead and see how that looks. Make sure it's working right. Yeah, there we go. There's a door and everything. We can get up there now. The only thing is, we do have to go through the floor here. I discovered this recently. I suppose it's an even better hidden ladder than normal hidden ladders. So, you know, check it out. We can actually go up here now to harvest these. And we can even look down, and there's the ladder again. But, well, bang, that's how you're going to harvest it. We are going to have all sorts of different strains in here. This should make for a very nice looking base when we are done with this. However, this is going to take quite a bit of time to get all the strains gathered and everything, and you know, get everything growing and fight with this trick here. But this is how you create different strains of Nip Nip, guys. I mean, we got some Silver Surfer here, we got a whole bunch of different things here. I mean, check out this wild looking one. This one's got red and green on the leaves, guys. This one's a blue bulb. How wild are these strains, guys? Anyway, I do believe that will be all, guys. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. This is what we are working on today. I cannot wait to do a full base tour of this bad base when we are done with it. But for now, this is how to create your own Nip Nip strains. We are also going to find that base computer and make sure all of our electrical is turned on all computer bases. So, without further ado, I'm out though, guys. Go ahead and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and keep it beast mode. I'm out. See ya. Let's go.